No pain, no gain.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
Welcome to another episode of Life's Inside Track. And this time, we've created for you free access to over 503 episodes where we share insider tips, how to make house home, even how to get a little more flexible. And the great news is you get access to them from home, the office, or even on the go.
So, Virginia, is that a myth or truth? No pain, no gain. I saw the movie. It wasn't a good movie, but it was called No Pain, No Gain.
I would, let's have that conversation.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's why we are here. To see if no pain, no gain is myth or truth.
And so in this episode, what you're really going to learn is it myth or is it truth? And what does it take? If it isn't no pain, no gain, then what is the truth if it is a myth? Because I'm going to say it's myth.
Well, I saw on TV a show and they said pain is weakness leaving the body. Fascinating. See, I get all my education from movies.
That's very wise. So have you experienced that when you've had pain?
That I actually get
that
gain?
You get gain?
No, generally it's discomfort.
Then there might be gain.
Because in sports, we always say play hurt, don't play injured. And usually pain is a signal that there's an injury.
Absolutely. Our bodies are designed in such an incredible way, as we know. And pain is that signal to say, I think you've gone too far. And so we get to choose either we're going to live in that space where we listen to our bodies or we don't. We have a choice.
Right. So it's about finding the sweet spot.
Oh, yes.
Right? Like, how do we find that sweet spot? And what do you call the sweet spot, Virginia?
So I call the sweet spot the golden medium. Because
the golden medium. That sounds like, is it golden color?
To me, the sweet spot is the candy store.
That is so
random.
That is so not what we're talking about today.
So if you look at a scale,
yes,
and we have people who are sedentary. I've been there before.
Oh, not like a weight scale.
No.
So we're no. Okay. Because when I stand on the scale, it says one person at a time, please.
So we have a sedentary side of the scale. And then we have the extreme. I'll call it the extreme, where it's like, go harder, go stronger, go faster, and
go longer.
Just go. Until you
like
can't.
Sports. Yeah, that's like sports.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And there's something wrong with that?
When you can't go any further because you've injured yourself. So that golden medium, or perhaps you've called it the happy medium in other areas of our lives as well. And so we're going to call it the golden medium because it is the sweet spot. Is that place where you are moving with ease, where you can get down to the floor and back up again without any pain. You can sit down. You can get into a car without any pain. You can pick up a basket. You can reach for something.
Like you can pick up the bag of salt for the water softener at Costco and not be injured. You can get the box of paper for the copier.
So you'll go from now on.
I've done it many a time. I prefer you to get the exercise and use your appropriate muscles. And I have done it. And there was a time where I couldn't do it. Like, frankly, it wasn't a possibility. Or if I did it, I came home and I was in pain because I used the wrong muscles, and even the right muscles were so weak that they didn't even have the ability to really do it.
Absolutely. So when we're in our sweet spot, and just as you were describing, Yetta, what happens when we've overexerted ourselves or we have that pain and we haven't listened to our bodies, we actually, our energy diminishes.
Yep.
Our mental clarity diminishes. We can't show up. We don't show up the way that we are created to show up and intended to show up. And so that literally sucks the energy right out of us. So we cannot show up for those that are needing us.
Now, I started doing your movement class a couple years ago. Oh, sorry. About a year ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. Yes.
And
It just feels longer than it really is.
you know,
eh,
at
honey?
first I thought, oh, am I going to concede to being, just doing light movement, right? Because I've always been active in sports and go, right? And so this light movement, stretching, but it was pain that moved me to that because my hip was starting to hurt. If I'd get up off a chair, I would kind of limp at first because of my hip joint. I'd start to have pain while I was sleeping. I had to keep moving it to loosen it up. And so your eccentrics class where we do, what would you say? What kind of movement is it?
So it's rebalancing all 650 muscles of our body. So we're doing eccentric movement as opposed to most of the time we're doing concentric movement. So even walking, we're contracting our muscles. So this is to elongate those joints and strengthen those muscles so that you can be with your grandchildren and throw axes, and you can jump on a trampoline. You can do those things that are so much fun with the people that you love, the day-to-day activities that we love to do. So the movements that we do, they're big movements because we want to elongate those arms. We want to strengthen our muscles and go in and have the mobility and the flexibility that we need to do our day-to-day activities.
Yeah. And so that pain has subsided. I'm happy to say, and I'm much more mobile now than I was a year ago.
Excellent. And you know what I love about that, Ken, is that when we started, I remember the first class and it was 30 minutes. And you were like, I didn't think I could get through 30 minutes. And now with a 30-minute class, it's just easier. It's like, you know what's coming. You feel amazing in your body afterwards. And that is, it's so important to go to, how am I going to feel afterwards? Because to do it, to step in, for me as well, to step in, if I'm, just getting out of bed, it's like, I'd just rather grab a cup of coffee and sit and read. And it does not do my body any good. It actually stops me from showing up as my best because now I'm conscious of my body and I'm not feeling great in my body.
So it's to find that happy place in our being where we have created a little bit of stretching, I'm going to call it. Stretch without stressing the body is how I often look at all of life. And I think as I'm hearing you share, I'm going, this is exactly like that. I don't need to stress myself out, although I do need to stretch things out a little bit and even extend my ability.
Yes.
A little bit by little bit by little bit.
And that is the key. And I love that you said that it is doing for full mobility. If people have hurt themselves and they cannot lift their arms past a certain point, don't. I often say that in the class. Go to your first point of discomfort. Don't look at the person beside you. Don't look at or on Zoom. This is just you and me. Listen to your body. And go to that first point of discomfort.
So we're moving from pain to what?
Well, instead of no pain, no gain, we're now going to say, let's move to train, don't strain.
We're grateful to be growing alongside of you with Miss Virginia and her eccentrics information and classes. And they can look it up. Right? Eccentrics? No, what is it?
SustainableWellnessNow.ca. Yes.
I talked over you. Say it again.
SustainableWellnessNow.ca.
Super. Have a beautiful, wonderful day moving without pain.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.